something like this, what would you say that the child needs? Does the child need to have done something, or does the child need to be a certain kind of child? Like, we know that usually it is thought that, very high achieving children, like, okay, marks are in place, so they can do something beyond themselves, because pehle, khud to theek, they have to be okay themselves, and then they can think about something. So is there anything like that you would say that the summit recommends? Or
yeah, I think this is interesting. So when we're talking about who might come to this summit, right, we talked about 2-3 kinds of children, right? One would be somebody who is who's heard about these problems, is not very sure what role are they playing, should they be really concerned about it. The parent really thinks it's important, and together they have this dynamic of wanting to come, right? Another one could be, that the child is not yet seeing anything, but the parent really thinks it is important, and this becomes a space for the child to come and explore, whether fully reluctantly or not, right? But once they come in, we are hoping that our children's enthusiasm and excitement gets them to think and stay with the problem. We also have space for children to explore different missions, so just in case somebody is not yet on one track, right, they could do that. The third one, which is a child who is really passionate and has been doing some work and has been reading up on things and has really worked on something, like write an article, write a blog, do some work in their community, or has participated in other workshops, would be an excellent fit, right? Having said that, the parent role cannot be denied in this whole scheme of things, right? So the parent needs to understand that academics is not the only thing that needs to get set for a child, right? In the current context of where our children are, the complicated context that they are in, they are living and breathing the same air, the same news, right? The same social media that we are all living and breathing. It's not like 10, 15, 20 years ago, right? So it's not possible to unentangle in some ways the realities of today with their education. The education has not completely kept track with the realities of today, and the way it is interfacing also seems very intellectual, right? So the experience of how a change in the world outside will shift me is also very powerful for a child, and it cannot wait for all the academics to get set. In fact, by the time all the academics and everything get set, right, the value systems and the way they handle the emotions and mindset has also gotten set in a certain way, right? So then to undo all of that is a lot of unlearning to do. We have at Sparkling Minds always followed a philosophy, more holistic approach, where there is academics and there is the thinking beyond self, there is emotions. Nobody is perfect. I don't think we're trying to strive towards an utopia, right? It is about everything kind of walking in hand for a more wholesome experience of your journey in life. So I would recommend that we don't wait for everything to get set. For children to get exposed to such problems, or even for children to come and think of themselves as change makers, not even start the journey, but even just to think of themselves as change makers, because we have seen when children think of themselves as change makers, their decision making starts to shift, and you can hold a lot of personal decisions, accountability on personal decisions at a much more higher standard of excellence, just because they're not just fighting a very small battle. They're actually looking at a much bigger landscape of how what they do impacts everybody beyond them.